The story begins on the first day of school with Hajime marveling at the new girl, Momose. In the small town of Aomi, the spring is announced and Hajime's angel has returned, Akira Momose. The two went to the same elementary school, but they have never spoken before. His friends asks him why he's grinning and he starts yapping about the new girl. He's only known her until she moved away in the 4th grade. The relationship was extremely one-sided. He would try to talk to her, but she gave him no response. He goes on a simping spree, thinking she's totally out of his league. Later, she corners him, demanding him if she can ask him a question. Hajime stresses and she asks him what his favorite food is. He panics at the fact that she's talking to him. He tries to pick something cool like banyakura, maybe. She does not react and the two remain in silence. He panics and she leans closer, whispering, "Really?"
Lord have mercy.
They're on the ground and he's completely getting dominated. He corrects his answer to omelet rice with big fried shrimp. She finna give him his shrimp. She smiles and replies that that's one thing she likes about him. He hasn't changed since back then. She gets up and leaves him, absolutely flabbergasted. She joins her friend and they ask her how it went. She remains silent for a second and starts to twitch, her heart bumping. She goes, "I managed to get his favorite food, oh my god, girl!" The girls do some girl talk and praise her. One of her friends asks her if she managed to follow the script and she pulls it out. The script, guys, the script. In order to make Hajime notice her, she meticulously crafted a plan, but she was hopelessly clumsy. Back at the tree, Hajime's friend finds him and asks him what's wrong. Hajime answers that he thinks she hates him. He was also hopelessly oblivious. He still hasn't realized that little by little, he's being enveloped by someone who truly cares for him. Plan, get with Hajime-kun. Pause if you want to read the whole thing. Chapter 2. Everything is going wrong. Hajime thinks that yesterday he got rejected by Momose when she suddenly appears behind him, asking him to come to the equipment room during the break. He gets up, saying yes, and she leaves. Today's plan, make his heart race with some physical contact. Oh my god! Step 1, cover his eyes and ask, guess who? Step 2, whisper in his ear and ask about his favorite animal. Then we date! Oh my god! I don't know why I'm doing this, guy. I'm sorry, guys. Later, Hajime approaches the equipment room, scared for his life. He opens the door and suddenly she appears from behind him like a semen demon. Why did I write this? She snatches him, covering his mouth and wraps her leg around him. Scared, he wonders what's going on and she leans closer to his ear. She totally messed this up. She starts to panic, picturing what it should have been like. She decides to try again. So she turns him around and asks, Who are you? Wasn't she supposed to say, guess who? It's Momose-san. She messed up again and he starts to scream. She goes into total panic and remembers the script. She dashes back behind him and whispers, I am Cat-chan. She messed up again. Confused, he asks if she's not Momose-san. She shakes her head and he realizes something is off. He pins her to the wall asking if she's okay because her face is red and asks if she's feeling unwell. Her eyes brightens. He panics because he touched her. He quickly pulls away, apologizing. She coldly replies that this wasn't supposed to happen. She shuts the door, leaving the poor guy on his knees. On the other side, she crumbles to her feet, feeling all sorts of emotions and love. Later, Hajime asks his homie if she looked him in the eyes while talking, then she probably doesn't hate him, right? He has no idea. Chapter 3. Totally jumping the gun. In class, Hajime realizes that he may have a bad habit of acting before he thinks, to which his friend tells him that he's always been like this. His nickname from middle school was Hasty Hajime. This is the first time he hears of it, and his friend starts attacking him with some serious emotional damage. Maybe Momose hates this part of him. Maybe he should show her his good sides, or approach her trying to talk to her without thinking about what she think. He finishes him with a lethal blow. That's why you could never go out with Momose. Are you okay with that? Hajime comes to a realization and answers that that's not possible. This dude sees her as more than human. Back then, he would talk to her, but she would never ever talk back. Bro is coping hard. Later, Momose approaches him with a wedding magazine. Confused, he asks why and she steps closer, demanding him to read a specific part. Akira. She's so close, he gets hard on. Bro can't even speak properly. Meanwhile, Momose is in a panic. Her plan failed. Today's plan, make him call me by my name. Make him call me by Akira. Step 2, smile, make his heart skip a beat. Also failed. She panics and points at Akira radically. Confused, he wonders if she could be giving him a chance to have a conversation with her, and maybe she doesn't hate him. He's greatly mistaken. He decides to expand the scope of the conversation. Grinning, he explains that back then, wedding dresses used to be black. Well, this didn't go as planned. She's practically frozen, but in reality, when he talks to her, her panics shut down her brain, and this feeling is familiar to him. Just like back in the days, even when he does everything to talk to her, she just ignores him. For him, these are happy memories. So he decides to keep the conversation going, but remembers his friend's harsh words. He decides that he will go against them and tells her that he's glad that they're going to the same school again. He hastily starts to panic and she answered coldly that they went to different elementary school. Bro is confused and he tells her that they went back home the same way. And she answers yes, back home, because she was going to her grandma's house. Now that he thinks about it, he realizes that he never saw her at school. He's still in denial because he tried to talk to her for 4 years because he thought they went to the same school. Out of the bushes, a tiny kitty with a little piggy shows up. It gets their attention and the two admire it. Countryside common sense. Chances are, around a baby wild boar, there's an aggressive mom wild boar. Hajime grabs Momo's hand and they start running away. They realize that they're holding hands and they get shy. He lets go of her hand and apologizes, totally embarrassed. She watches him as she starts to feel some type of way and she recalls their time in the past. Back then, he would approach her asking her about her favorite food, but she just ignores him. He dashes away, introducing himself and telling her that his favorite food was fried shrimp and omelet rice. When she's in class, she's all alone. But on her way back home, she's accompanied by him. He would talk to her and ask her about all different topics while telling her about himself. She never really said anything, but deep down she was overwhelmed with feelings. Back to the present, she pulls a Usain Bolt type sprint. He apologizes and asks if he was being creepy, and she looks back, admiring him from a distance as she continues running. The two are hopelessly out of sync, and yet the story continues on steadily, little by little. Chapter 4, a stoic physical fitness test. Today is the fitness test day. There will be 8 different events separated between boys and girls. Number 1, the ball throw. Hajime is obsessed over Momo's ponytail, so much so that he fainted for a whole minute. As he's about to throw, he hears somebody shouting her name. He takes a look back and her shining light blinds him. Not only she is at the top of academics, she's also at the top in sports. She's actually garbage. She can't throw, she can't sprint, and can't even jump. Hajime watches on, confused as she falls to the ground. Feeling frustrated, her friend supports her by telling her she's actually impressive by being the worst, which turns out to be good motivations to her. Meanwhile, Hajime is taking his test. He can throw, he can jump, and he can run, while in his mind, the only thing he can think about is Momose. His friends asks him why he isn't in the sports club if he's so good at it, to which he answers that he's afraid of pain. Back in the 2nd grade, he's got hit by a ball and fainted, and that's why he thinks that Momose facing her weaknesses head on is so amazing. He admires her from a distance. Later, the teacher approaches Hajime, telling him that they have to measure his seated forward bend again. What is the seated forward bend? That just sounds suspicious, because he left the box empty. Although they already put the equipment away, he's gotta do it. The teacher then catches Momose with the needed equipment in hand, and that's how we find ourselves here. Bro starts to stress. He tells her that since he's in her care, he's going to be alright, but she answers coldly, "I'll be pushing her back down." He freezes and realizes that she looks determined now, but in reality, she's trembling. Today's plan: make his heart race by touching him like you were giving him a back hug. Good luck. I'm gonna be doing this a whole video, y'all. She stands up and puts her 2 little fingers on his back. Yeah, that results into no pressure whatsoever. He's like, what the hell? Why she deems this plan a success. He turns to tell her to push harder and their lips almost touch. She twists his neck away. He turns back and apologizes. She twists his neck another way. She puts her head down, hiding her emotions from him. Startled, she opens her eyes just to find him dead on the ground. The next day, he pulls up with a neck brace, telling his homie he's growing accustomed to this. Chapter 6. A class with a ridiculously high difficulty level. It's exam season. The teacher is handing back the tests. First up, Momose. She gets a perfect score in English. Hajime is impressed. Even though the teacher made it harder with some advanced questions, Momose still got a perfect score. Japanese, perfect score. Math, 100 points. Chemistry, 100 points. Japanese history, 120 points. Hajime is impressed. Meanwhile, he has 0 on everything. Wait. He has 1 point on something. His friend Ren tells him that he should focus on sports, but Hajime refuses. Studying doesn't hurt even when you fail, so he's fine. The teacher calls out Hajime and yells at him, demanding him to follow Momose's example. Later in class, Momose greets Hajime with a stack of books. Today's plan: seize the opportunity to hold hands. The two have a private lesson, and Hajime is determined. He admires her as she writes on the board, thinking she's surely going to be a strict teacher. She finishes writing and asks him to answer in English. On the board, the most dog water looking goofy drawing I've ever seen in my life. Hajime can't figure it out. Is it an octopus, a fish, or maybe a dog? She remains silent and congratulates him. He's confused. Did he get the answer correct? Wrong. She's just being super lenient at first. She tells him that he was close and proceeds to show him even more dog water looking drawings. He keeps on getting them wrong and she keeps on congratulating him. He asks her if he has some hidden talent, but he doesn't. All this praise just boosted his self-confidence, and he finally gets one right. In the heat of the moment, he gets up and gives her a high five. She recalls her plan, touching hands, and deems this a success. Flustered, she slams a book on his face, sending him crashing on the ground. Momose always messes up at the most decisive moment. On exam day, he tells his friend that he feels smarter somehow. And he still failed the test though. Chapter 7. Improvising by the seaside. In the female changing room, Mei has forgotten her gym clothes, and Momose offers her an extra pair of change. She has 5 extra sets of gym clothes. Later, Kin forgets her erasers, and Momose has 20 extra erasers. During class, Mei forgets her notebook, and Momose has a whole ass carton of notebooks. They wonder if she's a dealer or something, cause she's always prepared. Otherwise, she can't seem to calm down. In the meantime, Hajime has been observing from a distance like the little creepy sussy baka that he is, and he thinks she's amazing. Meanwhile, this dude can't even dress properly. He searches for his notebook in his desk and finds a letter from Momose, asking him to meet her after school at the Benten Rock. She's waiting for him, with presents and a paper in hand. He wonders why she called him to such a place, thinking he has done something to make her mad. Meanwhile, she has all kinds of setup, a total of 7. Today's plan, a list of things that Hajime possibly likes. Croquettes, large deep fried shrimps, hamburger, strawberries, shortcake, fried chicken, borkatsu, beef, cats, and the zoos. Guys. 2. Show him the different materials and use them to carry the conversation forward. In the distance, something approaches and snatches the plan away. In the heat of the moment, the two make eye contact. Plan failed. Hajime gets into a panic and overwhelms her. Meanwhile, Momose can't speak if she doesn't have a script. Hajime tries to reassure her, but nothing works. He assumes that it must be the shock. They head to the seashore, he grabs a stick and asks her to write with it. She complies and writes something like, I think you're annoying. He panics, but in reality, she wanted to tell him she does not think he's annoying. She starts to write again and it quickly gets drenched in water. Embarrassed, she pulls another Usain Bolt type sprint, and on her way, she trips on a rock. Hajime catches her in his arm and the two fall into water. Once he gets out of the water, he realizes that she's gone. Surprised, he states that all he wanted to know was why she thought he was annoying. Chapter 8. Overwhelming victory with a cool head. When you push yourself beyond your limits, you'll find a worthwhile reward looking back. Hajime realizes that he's the same as he used to be. He's suffering throughout gym class, as he vows this time not to get hurt, but immediately slips. And how did we come to this? He rests for a while and catches a glimpse of Momose, who's casually turning Super Saiyan. The big ball rally event begins, and she jumps to catch it, completely missing it. Even the translator is like, bruh. The next ball is coming up, and she misses it as well. Hajime is dumbfounded. Although she's dog water at the game, they still won. Next event, basket toss. The yellow team is leading as their baskets keep piling up. Momose hits that Super Saiyan 2 and throws the ball, which lands 2 feet away. She grabs it again and throws it again, landing right by her toes. Okay, this time she's gonna give it all. She throws the ball and it bounces back, hitting her head. She starts to look around, wondering who threw it at her. Yet again, the yellow team wins, and they give the praise to Momose. While celebrating, she catches a glance at Hajime, which makes him super shy. He notices the ball from the event and looks at the pile where they're being kept. He decides to throw it at the basket and it lands perfectly. Momose notices him and finds it impressive. When he looks back at her, she turns to seem busy with her friends. Out of nowhere, Ren joins Hajime, telling him that the teacher wants to talk to him, and tells him that if he's able to walk, then he should just join the next event. But if he can't, then he should just sit there and watch for the day. But he refuses, deciding to join in. Chapter 9. The Battle of the Boys. Tug of War. Hajime is panicking again, but decides to go all out until he sees the opposite team, full of big dudes on steroids. And he feels a strange energy watching over him. It's Momose, who's on the cheering team. He catches her eye and she quickly looks away. Her friends asks her what's wrong, and Mei realizes that she's too embarrassed to cheer for Hajime. Meanwhile, he's surprised that she even looked at him. He's fired up and wants to win this until he sees the opposing team. They destroy them once again, which worries Momose. It's the final event, pole toppling, and the winning team will earn triple points, which means if they win, they can pull off a comeback. Hajime charges head on, and his homie tells him to think. The opponent team is guarding the pole altogether. Hajime pauses, overwhelmed as the whole war takes place around him. He wonders, why? Why am I even doing this? He runs away like a coward, and on his way out, he sees Momose in the distance. She's supporting him. And he stops, does a 180, and heads straight towards the pole. He jumps over all the other contestants. That's right. All he wants is to see Momose smile. The big dude at the top of the pole grabs him and yanks him from the shirt, knocking him the fuck out. At the infirmary, Hajime wakes up at the infirmary. Hajime wakes up to his homie on his phone. He tells him he's gotten lucky and orders him to rest. Hajime thinks to himself that he really didn't know his limits, and thanks to that, Momose will definitely not notice him. Meanwhile, outside the infirmary, how the fuck do you say infirmary? Hey Siri, how do you say infirmary?
Sure. Translate into which language?
How do you say it in English?
You can translate into English and many other languages.
Can you say infirmary? Bro. Chapter 10. The cheering contest is underway and Hajime is still in the hospital. He questions the nurse, asking if this means he can skip PE class from now on. She denies him. And he asks about the fitness exam and the football tournament. And she denies him again, leaving him alone in the room. Suddenly, Momose comes in. She's stressed and the two remains in silence. He's confused and she leans in closer, not uttering a single word. She stutters while her face is overheating. In response, Hajime panics at the fact that she's talking to him and wonders if he should speak first. She clenches her chest and mutters under her breath, "You." He tenses up. She breathes heavily while slowly attempting to talk. Injured. Did it hurt? He admires her, surprised that she's worrying about him. He looks to his side and notices the crutches, shouting, which surprises her. He does a handstand on the crutches. Hajime wants to reassure her, but she does not react. So he keeps on pressing until she smiles. Suddenly, the nurse pulls up. 3 students broke their bones. She decides that once they're done, she will let them rejoin the festival. Bro, what are these anime characters made out of? Hajime decides to make his leave. He takes one step, he falls on the ground. All that clowning around is coming back to bite him in the booty cheeks. That was unnecessary. He goes to bed, happy that he at least raised her up a little bit. He closes his eyes and Momo floods his mind. They both come from 2 different worlds. Just being able to talk to her is already amazing. He thinks that even if he really does like her, he should stop with these ridiculous thoughts and wonders, how should I stop these feelings? Chapter 11. I chase you with my eyes. Today a little more than yesterday.
Ooh, this is about to be spicy.
So, I gotta. At school, Hajime comes to terms that he loves Momose. His homie tells him that if he confesses now, he will get rejected. And the poor guy's heart is broken. His homie decides to become his dating coach. First, you need to see the girl's emotion as a living creature. Even if she came to the infirmary for you, then maybe it was just a moment of impulse. That uncertainty is because her affection for you is too low. You have to increase your self-worth and her affection points. If her affection for you is still low, as it is right now, then confessing is guaranteed to fail. That's why from now on, you need to work hard and persistently increase her affection for you to the maximum over the course of a year. When the affection points reach the max, confessing is just a matter of time. Good things take time, so don't rush it. By using this method, he claims that he was able to date a bunch of girls. Meanwhile, Hajime is taking notes. He's taking this seriously. But it turns out, The girls that Ren was dating were from dating simulator games. Brody can't even look at girls in the eyes. Hajime agrees with him, thinking that this relationship has started from a negative point. He does not want his current emotions to go to waste and decides to not rush things. Later, he's getting rizzed up by Momose, and the two are stuck in a tight place. Momose tells him to go into the closet, hidden intimately, while class is taking place. Someone is about to open the door. It's their teacher, noticing a baby bear outside. They take this opportunity to flee.
Momose's friend is eating her sandwich thinking, no way, there's someone in the countryside that doesn't know how to ride a bike? And that turns out to be poor Momose. She eats her bento. Well, I lived in Tokyo, she replies, so it wasn't really necessary. Suddenly, there's a commotion outside. It's Hajime. He's out here carrying mad books, ready to get all studious and shit. Momose's friends start snooping from the little window as a bright idea strikes them. They turn toward her with a most mischievous looking smile. Later that day, the birds are chirping and it's a beautiful sunny day. Hajime and Momose are meeting, and he will be the one to teach her how to ride the bike. She greets him with extreme nervousness, pleading for him to help her. He agrees and he starts to panic, thinking, damn, she looks uncomfortable. Momose is actually about to start panicking from the situation. Hajime's goofy ass thinks that this is his chance to start raising his affection points, so he starts shouting that he will do his utmost best to teach her how to ride a bike. She gets emotional for a second, but she gets resolved and puts her helmet on. Today's script: fully prepared. Hug him. She gets on the bike and it's time to start. Now, she goes absolutely flying. He starts shouting, how the hell did you even fall like that? Are you okay? Momose gets all surprised and Hajime realizes that it's her first time. Of course she doesn't know. Hajime takes all the blame. It's all my fault for not explaining it well. Alright, he gives her training wheels. Ta-da! You got some training wheels. This time we good. This time we good. She starts riding and all. And she does another backflip, landing perfectly on his back. He turns asking her, what the hell? How did that even happen? Are you okay? I feel like I'm stuck in a loop. She gets all flabbergasted. And he's like, okay. The problem has to be the training wheels. Alright? He runs to grab the bicycle and they get all readied up. Alright. He will hold the bike from the front. Everything is ready. And go. And she flips again. But this time she hits him on the face. They both plop on the ground. Hajime wonders how the hell did she fall again? Thinking that Momose is giving it all and maybe it's time to give up. He takes closer looks. As he gets emotional, he decides that he won't give up. He gets on the bike, vowing he never wants to see a sad expression on her face, asking her to climb behind him. She stands up and sits behind him. They start riding and Momose recalls today's script, hug him. She barely touches his back with her head and it's so cute as they both gracefully go flying, especially Momose. She's enjoying the moment. They fall in the water and after that they gave up and went home. Later, at an onsen in the women's section, a girl's uniform lays dirty in a basket. As Momose is having a bath, she sighs as she recalls giving him a hug. She then starts to blush and gets all flustered. She's been there for way too long. Meanwhile, Takamori gets home all messed up. Chapter 13. Observing the secret way back. Momose's friend is losing it, wondering how Momose managed to come to school if the trains were not working this morning. She calmly answers that she got into 5 different buses to get here. Big adventures just by the morning. Momose hasn't been absent or late since elementary school. Hajime admires her. Momose is so responsible, although this guy just arrived late in a miserable state. His friend asks him if they should go to the library after school, but Hajime responds that he can't. Later that day, at the train station, looks like Hajime and Momose are in the same train. He gets all flustered, but she hasn't even noticed. Going back together? Actually, this train has only one wagon, and what a weird atmosphere. He admires her. Impressive how she takes this train every day to go to school. I couldn't expect any less from someone as responsible as Momose. Momose-san. His stomach groans and he starts feeling really hungry, wanting to eat a snack, hoping that Momose doesn't see him. They get there and he starts following her. She buys some groceries and he wonders if her favorite snacks are seafood, but she's just buying groceries. It's common for parents to ask to buy seafood on their way back, which is a great misunderstanding from Hajime. Finally, she ends up buying a normal snack, which actually looks really tasty, I can't lie. She finishes eating and notices a branch on the ground. She picks it up, ready to become a hero. The sticks in the mountains are thick and cool. She drops her groceries and gathers all her focus. She takes a deep breath, channeling all of her chakra. All this energy is too much for Hajime to take. She is a true swordsman. Finished, she rejoices, admiring her wooden sword. Satisfied, she lays it on the ground gracefully. She grabs her things and starts walking, but then suddenly stops as she starts swinging profusely again and again. Her wooden stick falls off her hand and falls down the river. Poor thing. Her heart sinks down deep. A cat suddenly appears. She starts petting it and Hajime thinks, oh, good. But suddenly, she gets cornered. It looks like it is all because of the fish. Hajime runs in to the rescue, but she disappeared. Did she slip and fall by the river? Was she taken by a bear? Or was she taken by the cats? Hajime runs in for her search. He speeds through the mountains, but he hasn't found her anywhere. He calls out her name, Momo, as she suddenly appears out of the bushes. It's common to use shortcuts through the mountains to get back home. Hajime just got caught right before getting in a total panic. She starts hitting him with a claw. He swings profusely and he tries to dodge. He slipped and started falling through the edge. Momose takes deep breaths. What the hell? Was it a mirage with his face? Elsewhere, Hajime discovered a new side of Akira. Chapter 14, Budding Friendship. In a flashback during the spring season, morning of the Aomen High School entrance, Onimai Meimei and Kintetsu Tsumugi notices Momose. They point her out. Kintetsu lets her know that that's the girl who's supposed to give the speech at the entrance ceremony today. Mei turns around. Who? She lets her know that they used to go to the same elementary, but she moved back to Tokyo afterward, and her mom let her know that she transferred back here. Meimei is salty. Tokyo, that concrete jungle is full of people who view the countryside as a source of content. Momose gets up and starts scrubbing her seat clean. She then flaps her clothes and organizes her books and pays attention to anything that needs to be done. Noticing an elderly lady that is struggling, she offers her her sparkling seat. And the girl's, wow, so graceful. She leaves as she flutters her hair, shining. Kin thinks, oh my god, she's flawless. Is she really from Tokyo? Meanwhile, Meimei is salty, pointing at her. No, she must have a weakness. Let's follow her until we find out. So they follow her and she's picking the trash, fundraising, and even helping others. Meimei gets angry. I can't stand perfect girls like that. Nah, she's making me look bad. Ken tells her, you are bad, Meimei. Suddenly, Momose stops in her tracks. She's even going over her notes for today's speech. She's an upstanding student. She then slams the wall. Meimei and Ken hold hands. They're getting scared. What is going on? But then Momose lifts up her hand with a red mark on her palm as she slams the ground again. The girl starts wondering, is she showcasing the power of Tokyo? Maybe she's trying to intimidate them. But in fact, she's practicing wall slams. Suddenly, the strong spring breeze flows in, taking Momose's paper with it. Momose gets in the water, profusely trying to grab it. Meimei and Kin starts running to help her. Momose then stumbles and falls, falling onto Kin as Kin commands Meimei to go and grab the script. Meimei catches the script and lands perfectly. Meimei is glad she made it, wondering why she jumped in the mood for her school speech. It can't be that important. She opens to look at it and finds the day's script, asking Hajime what food he likes. The girls are flabbergasted. A script? Momose then snatches it away, replying that there is someone she wants to marry. The girls get a cuteness aggression. What? But then they start asking her, what about the speech? Momose stammers left and right trying to find an excuse. Meme chuckles before they explode of laughter. A little while later, they head to school and the ceremony entrance starts. Momose is looking all clean and good. They made it just in time. Meanwhile, Meme's pants are missing and Kin's uniform's top is missing. The teacher is asking them, hey, where are your uniforms? After the ceremony, the following day, Momose approaches Meme and Kin with gifts. They ask her where did this come from and pointing out that it's the idol mascot they love. And upon closer inspection, they realize it's hand-sewn plushies. Momose bows down, thanking them so much for lending her their uniforms yesterday at the entrance ceremony. But then they ask her, how did she know that they like the mascot? She answered that she noticed the keychain in their bag and that she figured out they might like the character. She then apologizes for looking without their permission. Kin and Meme share glances and they get all cutesy pootsy wootsy. Back to the present as Momose approaches Hajime with a box. Meme is peeping at them from the window and Kin joins her. They think, Akira might have a lot of weird quirks, but I think her love will succeed. Kin laughs and she agrees. As they look from the window, Hajime is on the ground and has cake over his head, as the plan was to give him cake, but somehow they ended up in this situation. And as Kin and Meme quietly watches over her, they think maybe not. Maybe her love will not succeed. Chapter 15, Library Mission. Hajime's friend asks him how come he doesn't even have Momose's contact. They pause for a second. Hajime gets up. Is that bad? I kind of forgot. His friend tells him that in dating sim, he'd be soft-locked. Hajime tells him that he really wants to get it. His friend replies that he got some advice for him. He overheard Meme talking with Momose, saying that her club is gonna run late tomorrow, asking her if she can go to the library for her sake. Hajime gets flabbergasted. He starts sweating profusely. He heads to the library and decides that he will find the right timing and ask her for her contact info. The library is completely silent. Talking to someone in such a quiet place is quite a hard task. He sat down for now and felt like an idiot. He never came to the library before, so he didn't know it was this quiet. Looking back on it, he feels like it's super creepy to follow her into the library. He starts reading some books and somebody appears next to him. It's Momose. She's here. He thinks to himself, she's so focused that she hasn't noticed me. Thank goodness. Momose remains unfazed, but internally she's panicking. Her heart is beating so loud that he even can hear it. She's giving that why is he here face. She trembles and on the background he's out here shaking. He closes his eyes and closes the book. I am too nervous. I can't do this. He gets up vowing to collect himself first. His heart is beating really loud as he starts going around the book aisles. He grabs a book. Think about an excuse to ask for her contact info. Upon taking that book out, Momose appears, eyeing him. Hajime's eyes widen. What? He puts the book back and then takes it out. She's gone. He wonders if that was real or his imagination. Meanwhile, she's quivering behind the books. She got up to get a book too. He starts rubbing his eyes and behind him, she darts away. He notices her, realizing that she also got up from her seat. Meanwhile, she is going back because she couldn't calm herself down. He takes this as a good opportunity to talk to her. He comes up with the excuse of discussing school stuff. As he approaches her, a lady stops him, recognizing him. He dashes away, pretending that, oh, it's good to see you. I didn't know you worked here. La la la. He heads back to his seat, thinking he missed his chance. Time goes by and the clock keeps ticking. He looks at her as she shines, thinking that it's no use. I can't help but want to get closer to Momose, close enough where I can sit in front of her. He realizes that if this is what it means to be in love with someone, and if he is really fine with staying where he is. Before he could notice it, the library has already closed and everybody there is gone. He leaves. I was so focused on coming up with a strategy that she left in the meantime. He walks out and notices a bird flying. He realizes that this is my chance. Let's do this. He gets so nervous, saying that since they're in the same class, but then stops himself, telling himself that that's not what he wants to say. He starts confessing all of his emotions, but the 5 p.m. chime blocks all of the sounds. He wonders why the 5 p.m. chime needs to be so loud, and in the heat of the moment blurts out that he wants to exchange contact information with her. He gets all nervous and she slowly looks up at him, her eyes glowing as she replies, okay. He thanks her and they exchange contact information, and then they go their separate ways. He starts walking and freezes as his body starts to tremble. He rejoices. He finally did it. He got Momose's contact info. But he starts to panic. The most important part about being interested in her absolutely did not come through, and she gave him cold attitude. He slouches. Would she have reacted differently if she knew? Elsewhere, as Meme is running apologizing for being late, the library is already closed. She witnesses Momose in a frozen state, wondering if something happened. In her mind, she recalls Hajime's words, wanting to get to know her better. She gets super flustered. Chapter 18. A new huge character enters the scene. At school, as Momose is glancing around profusely, she looks at today's script. Poke Hajime on the cheek. She had asked the girls for help with the script, and they said that they would look over it after their club activities are over. Momose's mind is stuck thinking about what happened yesterday, blushing as the memories flood into her mind. Suddenly, a girl barges in, asking her if she likes Hajime. You know, the guy who got injured during the sport festival. This girl is tall. She can barely enter the room. Momose feels intimidated, and the girl apologizes, stating that she probably doesn't remember her. She introduces herself. Konora Urara. They went to the same elementary school. She is about 195 centimeters, which is like 6'5", 6'4", I don't know. Urara tells her that her body used to be pretty frail back then, so she skipped school and they never got to mingle because of that. But she feels glad that there's somebody from her elementary school here. Momose starts recalling those days, feeling like she was such a loner. Urara points out that she's writing the script because she likes Hajime. Momose grabs the script and hides it, feeling super embarrassed. Urara asks her why she's being so roundabout. She demands her, "Let me give you a hand." She takes her tall hand and opens the door. "Let's go find Hajime." She starts running, her big ass causing a whole ass earthquake, telling her that with how cute she looks, he will surely accept her. They head to the gym. Some students are locked inside of the storage room. They start hearing mad thumping as she coming in close. The word break does not exist in Urara's vocabulary. She lets Momose know that they'll take a shortcut as she is dragging her with her. She slams the door open, saving the stuck students in the storage room. She then jumps out of the window. Momose still tries to stop her, but she's too big. Urara tells her that she wants to do what she can for her. Leave everything to me. But Momose only panics furthermore as she gets dragged on the ground, trying to stop this big ass thing. Urara realizes something. She stops and turns to talk to Momose, asking her why not just confess to him. That's the best way to go about it. She offers to say it for her, maybe. Either way, the way she wants to do it, they'll do it. Momose pulls her from the shirt, telling her, "No, I want to be the one who says I love him." Meme comes running from the distance, shouting, "Akira!" She jumps and kicks Urara straight on the back, cracking that shit up. She sends her on the ground and starts dragging her body. Suddenly, somebody says, "Huh?" It's Hajime, wondering why she's here. Momose starts freaking out, and Hajime gets nervous, asking her if she's also taking out the trash. Maybe she needs a broom. Momose avoids his gaze, gripping onto her shirt as she panics. They remain silent as the wind flutters. Momose lowers her head, feeling flustered. She braces herself and gets her courage together as she is about to speak. Hajime starts to speak. "I know it hasn't been that long since we exchanged contacts, but would it be okay if I messaged you about tomorrow's classes?" Momose lifts her head up and turns to look at him, and then leaves, only saying, "Okay," leaving poor Hajime in distress. However, his demeanor changes as he starts to speak, softly telling him, "I'll be waiting. for your message. Urara and Meme are keeping an eye on them from the distance. As Urara starts crying, I was completely in the wrong. Mei starts hitting her in the head. Do you understand now? Do you understand what you were about to destroy? Urara is a crybaby. Later, Hajime messages Momose and she replies, feeling proud of himself. He starts roaring, I did it! I did it! Chapter 17. Imaginary Future in Progress. Dazzling Love. Aomi Town Summer Festival. Somebody is annoyed that another somebody cannot make it. She denies it, telling them that she can actually make it to the festival. She is only traveling to Tokyo later, so Kin points out that she had spent 6 years over there, so it must be nice for her to go back to Tokyo. And Momose informs her that she's only going back because her cousin is getting married. They tell her not to forget to bring souvenirs and to tell them all about the buildings shining and colors and the weather and the flying cars. And Momose takes this very seriously. She's taking notes, which her teacher notices. Later, at the staff lounge, the teacher addresses Hajime, asking if he is free during the summer holidays, wanting to put him in charge of some things. He starts speaking and as he mentioned wanting him to take somebody else's place. The room remains silent as Hajime thinks that Momose is moving to Tokyo. He fully misheard it. He starts shaking his head thinking that he must have misheard it, which he did. Momose then texts him, we need to talk. Please come to the consultation office after class. He panics as he thinks that she's gonna tell him she's moving. She is not. At the consultation office, I'd like to discuss the future of us together, she said while holding a Tokyo guidebook. Hajime believes that she's absolutely going to move, having only read the word Tokyo. Today's script: talk about our future aspiration and close the gap between us. Good chance to learn about Hajime-kun. She starts, first off, her heart skips a beat. About my future. Hajime jumps to conclusions. It's about Tokyo. Her future? Does Momose-san want to go to Tokyo to accomplish her dreams? She puts a stack of papers, telling him, I've gathered a lot of documents on popular jobs. Hajime thinks to himself she's already preparing for her entire life. Sad that she's moving away. She continues, among the occupation featured in these documents, I was considering becoming a teacher. Hajime flinches at the sound of that, picturing how she would look as a teacher. A tear rolls down his eyes, thinking, Momose-san is intelligent and talented. I can totally imagine her in that position. She continues, other candidates include stylist. Hajime thinks, if she becomes a top stylist, even celebrities will be booking her. Pilot. She'd be traveling across the world. Doctor. She'd star in a medical drama as a famous doctor. Anything is possible. It's Momose-san. But to be honest, this is making me really depressed. I want to be upfront and tell her I support her, but Momose starts to fidget, picturing herself getting married with Hajime. And in actuality, she wants to be Hajime's wife. She laughs cutely but maniacally, picturing it. Hajime gets up, calling out her name. He starts screaming, even if you move all the way to Tokyo, you have my full support. With how much thought you put into your future, I'm sure everything over there will be fine. I promise I'll take my future seriously too. She pauses, replying, I'm only taking a short trip to Tokyo though. Move? What? Hajime is astonished. The wind is loud, although they're indoor. Hajime is beating himself up over it, glad that she's at least not moving away. He pauses, thinking, still, I couldn't help but picture it, imagining graduation, a future without Momose, imagining her disappear from her desk, leaving it empty, recalling back to the days when he was a kid, thinking, because I've already gone through it once before. One day she was here and the next she wasn't. As a kid, he wondered in class, can we not meet again? I wish we talked more. I wanted to know more about her, but I guess she's gone now. A tear rolled down his eye as he had felt more alone than ever. Today, he eyes the festival's card and his phone as he gathered his courage. No, enough. I never want to go through that again. His mom suddenly calls out to him, telling him that his clothes are dry, so he should go and pick them up. He replies that he'll be coming, but this time it's different, inviting Momose to the summer festival. Chapter 18. Dancing to your own rhythm. It's the summer festival, and Hajime is stressing, feeling proud that he actually invited her to the summer festival. He is so nervous, he can't stop grabbing onto things. She accepted the invite and even told him a time herself. This is a date. He holds his stomach. I'm getting hungry from all the excitement. I should probably eat something first. He eyes some girls next to him, realizing festivals mean a yukata, realizing that he should have worn something different. Momose approaches him, looking... how do I describe this? I don't know. Intimidating? Question mark? She's determined for sure. Meme and Kin are also there, as they scold him for wearing only regular clothes. He wonders why they're all dressed like this, as an older man thanks them for helping out, letting them know that they can leave after dancing for an hour. And also, the tea over there is free to drink. They start doing a traditional dance, as Hajime realizes that when she gave him the okay, she meant for the bond dance. Having forgotten that his class was participating this year, telling him that it'll be over in a couple of songs, suggesting that he should go and ask her out on a date. Hajime realizes that's true. It's still too early to give up. He starts running, deciding to go and ask her out. He looks for her with her friends and they don't even know where she is. He starts looking left and right. She was the most excited one too. Where could she have gone? He looks everywhere, but she's right behind him. Dancing, 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 He notices her. She is up here now, but she was all the way down there earlier. How did she even get there? She's dancing with the kindergartens. He tries to tell her that she's in the wrong line, but she is way too focused on the dance. He freezes as she's dancing with the kindergarteners. Then she dances her way back to the Aomi Hall Dance Club. Shika, 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 shika. All the way down to the Mother's Volleyball Club. Shika, shika, shika. She dances so far that she's all alone now. But way too far. As this is getting bad. She's gonna hit the sumo club. These big bodies are out here coming right behind her. Hajime panics, picturing what they're gonna do to her. He starts dashing forward, trying to save her, as he gets crushed by the dancing big-bodied sumos. The dance is over, as he is left on the ground in a pitiful state. He's worrying about Momose, but she managed to dodge the sumo line. Hajime's friend wondered how he ended up tattered like that after just a single bond dance, but his attention is towards Momose. He gets up, deciding that he will go and invite her. He even bought fried tofu so they can share, but on his way back, his teacher informs him that Momose has went home with her friends, and the poor guy cries. Later, Hajime is feeling depressed, having to share the fried tofu with his friend instead of Momose. He starts beating himself down, thinking that he is so lame. He decides to go home, but his friend grabs him from the shirt, stopping him. Can we eat more fried tofu? Hajime asks him why, as he notices the girls returned wearing yukatas. Hajime can only admire her. She looks extremely elegant, with a rose on her hair. Back when Hajime has texted her, Momose stood there eyeing her phone as panic took over her. She got up quickly, running. She goes to check out her plans, and one of her plans was go to the festival together in a yukata, as she can't believe it. He invited me? And they stop staring at each other as she softly asked him, "You invited me, right?" Behind her, the girls are rejoicing. Meanwhile, Hachime's friend can't look at girls in the eyes. And apparently he was in on it, as Meme thanks him for holding him in place. I also want to take this moment to thank you guys for all the support you showed in part 1. I'm really grateful. I'm really grateful. Very, very, very grateful. And I only hope that good things will come to the future. I don't want to launch too much in this emotional moment, but thank you. That's all I can say. Chapter 19. Spending time together. The two start hanging out together as they grab matcha, and Hajime realizes she understood my assignment. That makes me really happy, he said, but Momose is stressing. He points out that the beach they went to is close by, talking about how that brings him back. But Momose covers her face with an ugly mask. Deep down, she is absolutely stressing. But Hajime, being the silly Billy he is, thinks that she's into horror. He then jolts, noticing a black yakisoba store. A B-grade food from his hometown, which is his favorite. He wants it really bad, but he fears eating squid ink will make his mouth pitch black, and that now is not the time for it. But if you eat at a restaurant, they might even bring you a toothbrush. He then looks at Momose, who has been staring at the black yakisoba store. They both stare at it in admiration. Wow! She eyes him with glow in her eye as they both share a lovely laughter. They go to purchase one and they sit down next to each other, sharing a meal. Momose gets to eating and rejoices. It's so tasty. She gets her mouth dirty with black ink and Hajime cherishes the moment. The ink on her lips looks cute, he thinks to himself. He gets up, pointing out that she must be thirsty, asking her to wait here as he goes to buy drinks for them. He looks around, wondering if there's a vending machine. But he gets lost as a group of people start dancing and walking in the middle of the road. He panics as they're taking him away. Momose jumps up to help him, but she trips and falls. No! They're taking him away. She's feeling dazed. What just happened? She decides to go and call him, but it turns out that there is no service. She panics. She goes back to her spot and takes out a paper. Go with him to the festival. Today, we'll hold hand for sure, as she recalls the past. Her teacher asks her if she got separated from the group, and now she's all by herself. Again, he tells her that she needs to draw as a group, offering her comrades to join them. But they call her scary, saying that she doesn't talk and they can't tell what's on her mind. Their teacher tells them to stop as Momose remains quiet. In class, she was alone. During break, she was alone. On her way back home, she was alone. But Hajime always made sure that wouldn't happen. She felt very emotional about him. In 4th grade, as their teacher asks them to write their plans for their lives, and that now they are 10 years old, they will write their goals for their lives in the next 10 years. They get handed out a paper where they write for each line a year, 10 to 20. She writes with Hajime in her mind, and when she turns 20, she wants to marry him. Her teacher tells her, of course, life never goes according to plan, so just write whatever comes to mind. Life is full of surprises. The life we live never goes according to plan. She thinks for a second as her gaze wanders. It's the lighthouse of romance, Benten Rock. She gets an idea as she makes her way to the Benten Rock. At the Benten Rock, Hajime managed to escape. He slouches. That was terrifying. I understand the scale of our local summer festival now. But then he stops, eyeing the water. I thought there was a chance that she would be at this beach. He recalls the memories of them. But of course, she's not. I ruined our festival date after going out of my way for her. She's probably going home now. Nothing ever goes according to plan. Suddenly, Momose calls out to him, huffing and puffing. He's surprised. Why is she here? She laughs with a tear on her eye. I just thought you'd be here. He gets flustered as the fireworks mark their start. Chapter 20. Obsession with You. Inside Pandora's box, there is a cheerful future. Momose gets startled. She can't handle loud noises. She stumbles, and Hajime reaches out, catching her in his arms. He starts panicking, screaming out that he's sorry, asking if she's okay, stammering in his words. But Momose is super flustered, her heart's beating uncontrollably. Scared of the loud noises from the fireworks, she starts to calm down and watches them. Hajime thinks to himself, I wanted to watch the fireworks with Momose-san, but this... He eyes her. The poor girl is worn out. I wonder what happened. She looks really exhausted. Momose then crouches and plops on the ground, getting comfortable and relaxed. He looks at her and lowers his head, and then joins her. She's at peace, and he rejoices as the two share this magnificent moment together. Hajime thinks to himself, at this very moment, there is at least one thing I'm certain of. We're thinking about the same thing. If only this moment could last forever. Boom! Momose flinches. She starts looking left and right, her heart thumping uncontrollably. Please, don't make it vanish. Let this happiness go on. Hajime admires her as a gust of wind blows heavily. It sends her handkerchief flying as it lands on the water. Momose reaches out to it as Hajime wastes no time darting straight at it. He rescues the handkerchief and thinks to himself, perhaps I was getting worked up all by myself. But even if that's the case, I want to feel this happiness for as long as I can. So it's fine, even if I take things slowly. He addresses her, telling her that it's a good thing it didn't get washed away. But she gets worried. He's wet. He tells her, don't mind me. I'm okay as long as you're fine. This made her feel some type of way. She starts stammering her words. I really do love you, she said as the fireworks muffled her sound. She gets startled as she flinches, falling down towards Hajime. He reaches out to catch her as their lips meet, accidentally kissing. They start falling in slow motion, blushing wildly as they fall in the water. This might be it for this part. We do have plenty more chapters that I will be covering very, 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 very soon. So please stay posted, subscribe, support me, please, 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 please. And yeah, thank you for watching. Have a good day.